Well, weeks after President Biden announced vaccine mandates for employers with more than 100 workers, Senator James Lankford is looking to repeal that order.
Senator Lankford joins us this morning on Skype. Good morning, Senator. Good
morning to both of you.
Glad to have you with us. We appreciate that. I know your constituents will do as well. Let's talk about this vaccine mandate situation. Some strong feelings on both sides of it. It does seem to be working for some of the companies that are doing it as far as how many people are signing up to get the vaccine. But you think that should be a choice?
I do think it should be a choice. I think individuals should be able to choose whether they get the vaccine or not. I encourage people to get the vaccine. I got the vaccine. Everyone in my family got the vaccine. We encourage people to do it. Literally, you can return back to the workplace and so many other places with a sense of confidence after you have it. But there are some individuals that have already had COVID, don't want to take the vaccine as well. They've recovered from it as well. They already have the antibodies. Other folks are in cancer treatment, other things. Other folks have religious issues with it. So I want to make sure those individuals are also honored. We're Americans here. We're not trying to be able to compel someone to be able to take this vaccine at this point. We are very grateful. We're seeing the numbers actually drop significantly, and I hope those continue to be able to drop. But in the meantime, I've pushed back, met with the White House again yesterday. I met with them the day before, continue to be able to push on the most basic thing. Americans need to have the right to be able to choose. Let's encourage but not mandate. And on the federal workforce, federal contractors, and the mandates that are coming down on them at this point, that's literally changing union contracts that have already been agreed to in their collective bargaining agreement to try to compel them. There's lots of lawsuits that are happening across the country at this point. We've engaged legislatively. Other folks are engaging administratively. We just need to be able to have some basic respect for individuals and their choices at this point, while we still encourage people to be able to take the vaccine.
Also this week, a lot of folks are talking about Facebook. You've had a whistleblower speaking before some congressional hearings this week. Senator, you have daughters. I have daughters. Some of the information coming out of those hearings are really alarming about the way this social media giant has kind of targeted young girls with some really unhealthy issues there. What's your position on that?
Yeah, it has been exceptionally frustrating because this is something as a parent you know and you kind of sense as you go through it, but you continue to be able to push back against this very large corporate firm that is finding ways to be able to develop algorithms, literally to be able to keep people involved, identifying weaknesses for them, whether it's pushing all of these different things onto young girls, which their internal information shows that they knew it was harmful. It was increasing the suicide rate. It was increasing other insecurities among young girls that continue to be able to drive it because it kept people online and kept advertisers going. That is not helpful for us. It is obviously something that's got to continue to be engaged. There are multiple other areas in the platform that we've seen major problems of their own censorship and other things, and their way they're actually buying out other companies, trying to be able to lock out their competition. So there's antitrust issues here. There's all kinds of things that are going on that definitely continue to need investigation and a push to try to fix.
And also, Senator, I know that border security has been important to you for a number of years. Governor Stitt and some other Republican governors are going to the border to try to highlight the issues that are happening there. Some folks say, you know, this is something that needs to be worked on in Washington. Why are these governors going there? You know, what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, the governor is very welcome to be able to go anywhere he chooses to in the country and invited by other governors to be able to be there. But what happens at the border affects what happens in the United States. With the drug issues that are coming across the border at the same time, most of the meth, most of the heroin, most of all these different drugs that are coming through Mexico illegally across our border. So we are all border states in many ways because we're directly affected by what's happening on the border. I have pushed on this for a long time. I met again with Homeland Security this week. We'll continue to be able to drive some basic protections of our country. Every country wants to be able to have a secure border. And for this administration now have over 1 million people that we have identified, 1 million people that have illegally crossed the border from over 100 different countries just this year. That is something that we've not seen in decades in our country, and it's directly connected to the policy change they had on January the 20th. So this is not something that just is going to happen because it's seasonal. This is going to happen because this administration's chosen not to enforce the border, and it's causing all kinds of issues across our country.
Senator Lankford, appreciate you checking in this morning.
Thank you all. It's great to see you again.
Thank you for your time. Thank you. I know you've got a busy schedule right now, especially with everything that's happening in Washington, which is a ton, all the wheels spinning at the same time. Man.